mobilization drive, and I'll get to that. Don't worry. I'll get to that. So we talk about, because raising revenue is very, very important.
Absolutely.
But there is that conversation as to what it is that you have and what it is that you can get to help us meet the housing deficits, and that's where I'll bring in my fair gentleman William as well into this conversation. What is your own understanding as to the numbers that we have in terms of the housing deficit and the role that it is that you have to be playing in clogging that gap?
Okay, so thank you. The housing deficit as it stands is in excess of over 2 million units. And state housing, as the nation's #1 builder, is playing its part to reduce that gap. But over the years, if you have 2 million and we've been developing hundreds, and I mean, it will take forever to close that gap.
Right.
And so the strategic direction that we have is to ensure that we scale up our delivery of housing units. So over the next 3 to 4 years, we are looking at scaling in the thousands, minimum of 3,000 housing units to be delivered to close the gap. It's still not enough, but because one of the challenges to accommodation or housing is finance. And so we are doing our best to see how best we can ensure that we have access to some finance that can help us to scale. Currently, we develop using in-house IGFs and then customer deposits to be able to scale up production of housing units. But we are looking at getting the private sector involved through some arrangements once approved by our board and our, shareholders. Once we're able to clear those hurdles, we are looking forward to that. So we've even had a mortgage desk currently in state housing.
A mortgage desk where individuals can come.
When individuals comes, we have a MOU with Republic Bank, for instance, and other banks are being rolled on. So when you come, the mortgage desk will facilitate so that we can have the release of the funds to quickly deliver the housing units for customers.
You're the man who takes care of the finance, and so perhaps you start the conversation for us on this revenue mobilization campaign. Why this time? The year is drawing to a close. What are you seeking to achieve with a revenue mobilization drive at this time of the year? Or it started already?
Yeah, it started already, and I would say the timing is deliberate. This is a time that homeowners and people who own properties with us are planning their budgets. And so we are giving them this discount to encourage early payment. And the ultimate goal is also to shore up our liquidity, which can be reinvested into ongoing projects so that we can be able to finish on time. Currently, we have projects in Amra here, over 100 units that are at various stages of construction. And so whatever we are seeking to get, we are going to reinvest them into our projects so that we can quickly deliver on housing units.
What's the scale of debt owed to the State Housing Company Limited? Give us an overview and what you're seeking to generate from this revenue drive, if you've generated anything so far.
So in terms of overview, I mean, as a real estate company, one of the biggest, I would say, some debts have accumulated over a period of time. And this runs into millions of cedis, Ghana cedis.
When you say millions, round it up for us. How much are we looking at? If that money is paid, for instance, your Amra here, 100 housing units could be completed in
so we are looking in excess of over 50 million Ghana cedis.
50 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
From which sort of individuals?
So we have institutions like churches, we have some schools, yes. We have some banking, financial institutions. We have some private businesses who are our lessees, who are occupying our properties. We also have individuals as well who owe us. And so that's the the makeup of our clientele base, and so that is what we are seeking.
And how has the reception been like since you began this drive to recover in excess of 50 million cedis?
Oh, since we began, the feedback has been good.
It's not feedback that we want the money.
So if I say feedback, I mean the inflows. People are taking advantage of it. People are coming into our offices and they are calling to find out what their position is currently, and then they are coming to make payment. So people are coming into our office. In fact, we've made arrangement to provide extra hands to be able to cater to everybody's needs here.
And in having them respond in the favorable manner in which they are responding, you mentioned some discount as well. Help us understand, since you're the finance guy, I want to stay with you on the finance matters. What is the nature of the discount? Is there a certain amount you owe us? We're giving you 15, or depending on the duration with which you owe?
No,
what is it?
This 15% applies to all outstanding debts that you have with us. So if you have 1,000 CD debt which is overdue, currently 15% applies to you. If it's a 600 Ghana cedis, so our ground rent is as low as 600 Ghana cedis for a year for certain types of properties. If it's 600 Ghana cedis and you come, the 15% applies to you.
So
once you are paying
in full.
Yes, right. That must be stressed. That between this period from 3rd November to 31st of December, once you are making full payment, it applies to you. So
if somebody owes, say, 100,000 and they are paying in full, they are getting a 15% discount.
Yes, it's a win-win. You get some relief for Christmas and other activities that you need to spend on. And then we also get our cash flows in to be able to reinvest into the company.
That sounds about right. And all of this money, when you generate, is supposed to be going into a number of the other projects which are yet to be completed.
Exactly.
We know that your MD has mentioned, amongst many other things, innovation in terms of the work that you do. A 24-hour premium and express service center. What is that about, and what should people be looking forward to when they come to the SHC?
Okay, so the 24-hour service center or 24-hour premium and express service is just, we're also taking advantage of the government's big idea on the 24-hour economy. So we are looking at making sure that our offices are open at any point or any time of the day. You can get your documents processed, you can put in an application and it will be worked on expressly, quickly. And depending on the kind of service you want, if you want the premium services, obviously everything is going to be expedited for you so that you can get your documents or whatever service that you would require of us early, fast, quick, and very reliable.
So now you have people working 24 hours?
We are looking at starting that before the end of the year. So because of this, plans are underway to make sure this kicks off before the end of the year.
And by this, you guys are in senior management, more people are to be employed, because that's the idea. And so I'm going to ask that question. Because once you begin to run 24 hours, it will suppose that the team now, it will create employment. In the behind the scenes, is that the conversation happening as well? Because people want jobs as well.
Exactly. So definitely, yes, it will create employment. And housing itself is a big avenue to create a lot of employment.
Right.
And so that is why when our customers are able to honor their obligations and we invest back into the business, we're going to create a lot of jobs indirectly. Directly, state housing across the country has staff in excess of over 200. And so that is what we are also doing to contribute to the economic growth of the country.
Right. I'll return to the revenue aspect, and he spoke at length about the discount and all of that. There is a bit about the campaign which is asking people to voluntarily come forward and then make payments in terms of monies owed the state housing company, because it's money we need for you to put up housing units. We'll come to the conversation about whether or not it is affordable for the average Ghanaian, because that comes up every time.
Yes.
But what happens to persons who are not voluntarily coming forward? Is there an enforcement bit where you're seeking to enforce the collection of monies owed you?
Yes, that plan is in place. So we have a whole team, a revenue team that has been put together. We would be going out, we'll be making calls to get people who actually owe to take advantage of this window and this promo that is going on till the end of the year. And even after the promotion period, we still have a revenue team that would be working to make sure that, okay, some of these monies that are out there is collected and brought in to the company.
The legal route is one which is always very difficult. You had wanted to say something on this?
I wanted to add to what she said, that so this is an opportunity. For
an olive branch you're extending
yes,
to defaulters.
Exactly.
To defaulters. And so after this, we have a plethora of avenues to be able to enforce our collections. But usually, as we said, we see customers as stakeholders, and so we are just encouraging them to take advantage of this window. We don't want to get to the point where we are using the court process is like the last stage, last resort. And so we'll continue to engage customers and ensure that they make payments as they are supposed to. But if they don't make it and it has to come to that point, we don't want to get there. But if it has to be go that route, we'll go that route, yeah.
When you spoke, you mentioned the discount offer. For persons who cannot make that payment in full, are they also going to enjoy any benefits, or it's just for persons who are paying in full? Is there any arrangement made for persons who cannot make the payment in full?
So currently, as part of our normal processes, we offer clients opportunity to make installment payments. People come for payment plans, and then we are flexible and give them the payment plans. But for this particular promo, the mandate that we have from our board is to give to people who are making full payment. But within the period, if you're able to make good your payment, you enjoy it.
You enjoy it. Let's talk about the broader housing agenda now, and what this revenue drive. I think you've spoken in one breath as to the monies in excess of 50 million. If you get that, it can help you in the drive towards making housing affordable, amongst many other things. What role are you seeking to play in all of the conversation? Because I know even here at Media General, we organize a housing not fair. It was a round table conversation on affordable housing, amongst many other things. For you at the SHC, what is the role you want to be able to play? Because you've been in existence for quite a while. You've described yourself as the largest estate developers. But do Ghanaians know? Can they come to you and access it? Is a question that is on the minds of everybody who's listening right now.
Yes. You can come to State Housing and access a home that is relatively affordable when you look at what is going on in the housing space and in the market. We have houses all over the country. There are projects in Tamale, in Bolga, Koforidua. We have 2-bedroom units that are currently even almost ready. It's going for somewhere between 650 to 680. You can get a 2-bedroom. And then you're good.
680,000 cedis.
Yes, please. You can get it, and you wouldn't get a 2-bedroom like that in town. Yes. So we have all of those projects in Ho. We have projects in Tamale. So we are open. There are projects, there are units available. Walk in. You can talk to our marketing team, our sales team. They are flexible payment plans that you can put in place so that you can get a unit for yourself.
And you want to add a bit more in terms of that?
Okay, so what I want to add is, it's a myth. People say that you must be connected to a big man or a politician before you can get a house at State Housing. It is not true. Our doors are open to everybody. Our projects are ongoing across the country, which we are selling, and it is open to every Ghanaian. So you don't need to be connected to anybody to access a house or a unit at State Housing Company Limited.
And you've mentioned the partnerships where you're seeking to get a lot more banks to come on board. What's the plan on that front? Because persons might be listening, they want to walk in, access mortgages amongst many other things.
Okay, so we can put out our contact numbers so that anyone who wants to have further information. So you can call 0552 725 656. 0552 725 656. You can also call 0503 083 393. 0503 083 393. Once you call and you want to talk to the mortgage desk, they'll connect you and then they'll help you with the necessary assistance that you need.
So outside of the revenue drive, is there any other campaign you're on? And then perhaps talk to us about your ongoing project as well, which Ghanaians can look forward to.
Okay, so ongoing campaign, currently the major one is our revenue drive, but in terms of units and projects that are available in Tamale, like I mentioned, we have housing units that are available. In Bolga, we have the Rock Estates, somewhere around in Bolga. We can come down to Kumasi in the Ashanti region. We have the Jack Estates that is also available. We have 2, 3, 4 bedroom units. We have the Ohene Estates, which is in North Suntreso. You can contact our Kumasi offices. So just so I put this also out there, we have offices also all across the country. So you can walk into any of our offices, make inquiries on the projects. In Accra is Amahia, that we have our Sedge Homes development that is also coming up, 2, 3 bedroom detached units. In Urban Premier Adenta, we have Urban Premier, that is also apartment buildings that are coming up in North Kanishi.
76 units.
76 unit apartment. North Kanishi, we have our MD's Court that is also coming up in North Kanishi. There are projects scattered all over. In Ho, we have the Mauli Court in Kofredia.
I went to Mauli School.
Yeah, you went to Mauli Secondary School. That's one of State Housing's projects. State Housing developed Mauli Estates, And so, yes, we have projects all across the country. In Takoradi, in Cape Coast, you can walk into any of our offices in all the regional capitals and you should be attended to.
Any partnerships with the private sector?
That's what we are looking forward to. We are looking forward to, in the next few years, do a lot more projects with private sector so that it could help us also scale up, as Mr. Kalichi was saying.
Right then, I appreciate you both joining me in studio. William Kalichi is the head of finance, State Housing Company Limited, as well as Catherine Ajinasari, manager, Estates State Housing Company Limited. Fruitful conversation. We look forward to persons coming through, and then at a later date we can expand the conversation even more in terms of what it is that you're doing and how the average Ghanaian as well can be a beneficiary of this. But I appreciate you both joining me in studio this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Final words from the both of you.
Okay, so final words, we thank our cherished customers, and we see them as stakeholders. We want them to take advantage of this opportunity and to help us to scale our operations.
And you, Catherine, as well.
Also, like I mentioned, you can walk into any of the offices to make payments. If you want to pay online, you can use the short code *442 *1# to make your payments. *442 *1#, make your payments. If you have any questions, you can also send us an email at info@statehousing.gov.gh, and then we will be able to update you on your bills and help you make payments as well.
Right then, thank you very much for joining us in studio this morning.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
housing here on the 3FM Sunrise. Let's do birthdays before we leave the studio.
Happy birthday.